What is up, everybody? The Red Dragon here, and we are covering the top stories on VGN. So I thought that I would kind of do a video talking about PlayStation Now and streaming old games, and just talk about, how many people actually want this. How many people want to be able to play their old games on their next generation consoles. And I actually put this out as a question. I got some feedback. I also put up a poll on VGM, and the numbers were actually pretty overwhelming, and I'll get to those in a minute. First, let me tell you a little bit about this if this is the first time you're hearing about it. I covered it in the last video, but I'll cover the biggest points. Let me cover the positives and the negatives of PlayStation Now. So the positives are that you're going to be able to play legacy games on other devices, whether it be your phone, your TV, your next generation console. So maybe if you just joined up with PlayStation 4, maybe you just bought a PlayStation 4, you didn't get to experience, other games that came out on the previous systems, this would give you the capability of doing that and trying that out. As far as, the library, it's going to be a subscription type service. They mentioned similar to Netflix. So the way Netflix works is you pay a subscription service, you have access to a certain amount of games. That's also pretty similar to how OnLive did it and Gaikai did it before. There's different pay periods, and I'm sure they'll get into all that. Some of the negatives to this is you do have to pay for it. It is a subscription type service, and they even said, as I mentioned in the last video, even if you have already purchased one of these games, it's not going to give you free access to that game. There's also going to be problems with streaming, of course. For some people, I think they have a 5 megs down is what they recommend. I think that's what I said in the last video. Also, as far as resolution and gameplay goes, a lot of people complain. That was one of the biggest fights this upcoming generation, was making sure you had the best looking graphics and everything. And being able to stream a game is going to downgrade the quality, and if your connection can't keep up, resolution is going to be one of the bigger, or the first things to go, they mentioned. Also, the fact of latency, if that's going to be an issue or not, that is something we are going to have to see. As far as me personally goes as a gamer, there's everybody's different. Some people like to hang on to every game they've ever bought, and that's really cool. It's like awesome whenever you go to somebody's house and they have this huge collection of games and everything. Me, I'm not too sentimental when it comes to games, and so I actually cleaned out. I did a whole video on me cleaning out my Xbox 360 games right before I got the Xbox One. So I really don't have a whole lot of games to play, and honestly, I haven't really wanted to go back and play any old games as it is since I got the new one. There has been a time or two where I might would have hooked up and played Grand Theft Auto if it didn't require a whole lot of effort that I didn't feel like putting in at the time. But honestly, I'm okay with moving on, and I'm not really interested in playing old games, but I'm in the minority. Because according to all the results that came in as far as the VGN poll goes, as far as feedback on Twitter and Facebook, most people said they are interested in this. 60% of respondents came back and said that they did want to stream old generation games on the next generation consoles. 30% said no, and then the others weren't sure really where they stood on it, and they would have to get more details as far as if they would be interested or not. So post below, let me know, are you interested in streaming old generation games on the next generation consoles? That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.